Alright, hey, Hazemig here, and we're doing another desktop figure show and tell. This is a brand new figure I purchased on Black Friday 2019. That's how I got it. I got it from Kotobukiya. So it came wrapped in this kind of toilet paper here, but you can kind of see what it is. It's a figure of Shinobu from the Monogatari series. Let's go take this out. So you can see it's totally brand new, and it's been wrapped with love. I'll tell you that. So let's go take it out of the wrapping paper. So it's totally brand new. Okay, there it is. So there you go. That's Shinobu from the Monogatari series. Nishi Oshin. That's Oshino Shinobu. I got her from Kotobukiya USA. Kotobukiya USA. I didn't import her, so she was already in America. Koto USA is based in LA or something. And I got her during a Black Friday sale, and she was $55.99 with $12 shipping and an $11 discount, so let's just say I got her for $55, and there's tax too, so the total went out to like $61. So still pretty good price for this figure, I think. And I love Kotobukiya figures. I feel that they're kind of like, they strike the balance between an expensive figure and a not expensive figure. Like they're like my middle of the road for scale figures and stuff. Alright, so let's take a look at the box. Here we got Monogatari logo right here, Bakemonogatari. It's a 1/8 scale pre-painted figure right here. We kind of got a 3/4 window right here, and then just all these kind of like circle polka dotty graphics on the box. It's very kind of bright colors, like pink and yellow and green and stuff. Okay, it says Oshino Shinobu on the bottom here, and by Kotobukiya down here. Okay, and it's in different languages. Like I said, this one was already in the United States when I got it. It's been distributed by Kotobukiya USA. Okay, so there's a picture of what the figure looks like. It's kind of hard to see through the front, but I really wanted I'll tell you now, I really wanted this figure because I wanted a loli vampire, donut eating vampire. I really wanted one, so here she is. I don't really have too many Shinobu figures. I don't have too many of the small Shinobu figure. I do have one nice prize figure. So it's kind of the same kind of background, very pink bright colors, and it says Oshino Shinobu up here. And then and then we got like a full shot of the figure right here, and then I guess there's an alternate face for it because there's another face right there. So okay, here's the back. More pictures of the figure. So there's the smiley face. So there's a smiley face one, and there's a kind of like a kind of a smug looking face one. So I want to say, and then so you got a back picture of Shinobu right here, and then you got some of the donuts right here. So here's an interesting sticker here. It says "Sales outside Japan only." So they really only intended to sell this particular figure right here where I got it from outside of Japan. Why, I don't know. And then just there's some kind of text here in Japanese that I can't read. 1/8 scale pre-painted figure right here. Okay, and then this side is probably the most different. It has a kind of outline of Koyomi here. Koyomi Araragi, right? Was his name? It's been a while since I watched any of the Monogatari anime. You got the Monogatari logo up here, and then a lot of kind of circular windows here, small ones. Yeah, so very bright colored box. I'll tell you that. And would I say this would make a good box figure? Yes, I think it would make a good box figure. The window is pretty big in the front, and there's a And then we'll go take a look at the top. The top has a window, so you can put some light on top of it. Okay, so if you were to take her out of the plastic packaging inside, then you could, I would say it would make a good box figure, because you can get some light in there on the figure. Okay, so that's what the top looks like. Same kind of design, and it has a circular window on it. Okay, same info. And then down here, we've got some more info. One with a sticker slapped on it that has some kind of English stuff saying not to give this toy to children 3 and under, and something about chemicals that cause cancer. Everything around you can cause cancer. I found that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and unbox her. So I like to point out she is brand new. I've straight from Kotobukiya. So, all right. Okay, so before we put the box away, there's the box. It's a pink color inside. Pink color, and it looks like it's a bunch of desks, like school desk outline in the back there. Okay, you can kind of look through the front too. That's what that looks like, and it kind of gets brighter as it goes up. It's like a hot pink color. Alright, it's a very girly looking box. Okay. Okay, so I finally got all the contents out of the box. One thing about these Kotobukiya figures, some of them, they got a lot of plastic packaging in it, and especially they use the sticky kind of plastic protectors that are kind of hard to get off sometimes. Okay, so it did come with a kind of instruction manual of some sorts, and it looks like I may need it because there's a lot of pieces to this figure. Okay, let's go take a look at it before I do the final assembly. So there is 2 faces. Here's the other face right here. So there's the kind of smug looking face, and then there's a smiley face. I wonder which one I want. Yeah. So her head comes off. I already took it off by accident. There's a little clear piece here that goes underneath her foot, so I gotta go put that there. She comes already pre-installed into the base. He's screwed onto it. Yeah, and then she has a hat, and then she has a donut and a donut box. Okay, so I think I can figure it out. It's not so hard. Oops, I forgot to hit the record button, but there she is. She's fully assembled. There you go. Okay, you missed the last part of the assembly. Sorry. Basically, I had to put this this clear thing on. Okay. So she's already screwed onto the base. If you can look in there, there's a screw down there, and so this leg is kind of suspended in the air. So they give you this little clear plastic thing to slip under her shoe, just in case she starts drooping. I think that's a great idea, Kotobukiya, because there are some figures that, like, over time, you know, especially these ones that are like held only by like one point of contact. They'll start drooping after a while, specifically like when it gets hot and stuff. I guess the plastic gets soft and then they start drooping. So this will help prevent that. So I think that's a good idea. Good job on that, Kotobukiya. Okay. So I had to put the donut in the hand. You kind of have to just remember, in the box it shows like, yeah, her thumb has to go around the box. So I kind of just wrapped it around her thumb and then kind of just put it in there. It wasn't too hard. But yeah, you have to get it in like at just the right angle and stuff. And the donut, she's holding it very firmly. You have to literally just kind of just shoehorn it into her hands. So I guess you could not display her with the donut, order donut box. And so there's a lot of different options you can do with this figure. You can have, you don't have to have this, you don't have to have this. She doesn't have to be wearing the hat, you know. The hat has a magnet on it too, so you can see it just kind of just snaps into place right there. Very nice. And then you got the other face. So we'll go. I'll put the other face on when we do the final videos, the final shots. So you guys can see what it looks like. All right, well there it is. I like what I see, so I will go look my lolly donut eating vampire over and tell you what I think, and then we'll go over the little details of the figure. All right, here's Mega. Okay, Hazemega has looked her over, and we're gonna try to scrutinize. There's nothing to scrutinize about. It's a perfect figure. There's nothing wrong with this figure. From the QC standpoint. So the only thing we can really talk about is the small details of the figure. Okay, let's start at the base. Okay, so I apologize for the dusty rotating stand, but it just, you know, these figures collect dust and then it gets all over the stand. So there's the stand for the figure, and it has an outline of Koyomi on there. You can definitely tell it's him. And then there's kind of like it looks like a street background or something, like a street pedestrian crossing or something. Okay, and then we'll focus on her legs, I guess. She's kind of a short figure. So there's her feet, and she's wearing these white sandals with the kind of like a, I would say, kind of like a maroon colored ribbon on it. Looks very nice. It's a gloss colored white, and there actually is some shading on it. I thought there was no shading on this figure, but there is some on the sandal here. It gets a little bit lighter and then darker at the edges. Okay, but the rest of it is just all a gloss white. Okay, nice, and her feet are like going there nicely, and then you got this clear block here that just slips under there like Tetris, you know, and it keeps her from drooping. Okay, I did not have to assemble her to the base at all. She came pre-assembled. Okay, there's those lovely white legs. I think the nicest thing about this figure is the dress and her legs. Her legs, she's, you know, she's a lolly, but she's got very sexy legs. I'll tell you that now. The skirt on the dress is very high. She looks very pretty in it. But yeah, so there it is. There's the skin. The skin is looks very soft, very bright, and it's round. I looked at this other Monogatari figure, Senju Gahara. It was a prize figure, and her legs are like thighs and calves are like flat. I'm like, oh, that looks horrible. It doesn't look anything like a real person, but this does. She has very slender legs too. She has a very slender build. That's what I'm gonna say. She's kind of got that little, almost like a supermodel, you know. Okay, and then let's take a look at the dress, I guess. So there's the donut box. All the little details, like the little donut logos and the dots and stuff, look very nice and sharp, put on there nicely. The box seems to like have a little bit of shading. The box looks like it's made of wood or something, or cardboard. That's what it looks like. And then you can see the kind of like, there's like kind of flaps underneath here. Okay, and it's just like kind of just brown on the back. Okay, and then we'll take a look at the dress. So the dress is all white. There's really not any kind of shading on it that I can see. I think those are just kind of just shadows forming from the pleats. You know what? It might have a tiny bit of shading in between them. It looks like a very like a gray or a light blue kind of shading. Actually, there's a pink part of the dress. It's like a two-piece dress. The outer part is white, and Hazume has become like a dress expert after doing all these figure reviews, man. Yeah, it's a two-piece dress. It's a white dress, and it has like a second skirt underneath that's pink. like a very, very light pink, but it's like it actually does have some shading. It gets kind of white on the tops and stuff. So you kind of got like a white and a grayish kind of blue shading on the top. It's almost like she's wearing like an apron. Aha, there you go. That's what it kind of feels like. It's kind of like she's wearing an apron. It's like there's a separate skirt underneath it. And like I said, it's like an apron because the outer part of the dress ties up here on the back. Okay, Hades Meg is not really an expert at dresses because he's not a girl and I don't wear dresses, so. But that's just what I'm noticing right here. Okay, so he's got like these little kind of pink colored bow ties. It's kind of like a dark kind of pink, almost like a magenta color. And then she's got another bow tie tied here on her chest. It does kind of look like an apron. It's like an apron with like a skirt. She's wearing a skirt and then like an apron on top. It's really interesting. But it looks, at the same time, it looks kind of like a dress too. The straps are pretty wide. It's tied here back behind her neck, you can see. And you can see that the skirt is really high, you know, and she's got these long, slender legs. And yeah, it's like she's like tempting you to look. And but you cannot, you look, but you can't see, you know, type of thing. By the way, she's wearing white, I checked, so. Okay, and then now we'll take a look at the head. And like the donut, so the donut is like, it's a donut, you know. It's kind of textury and stuff. What kind of donut it is? It looks like one of them plain donuts. Like it's like a donut without any kind of frosting or sprinkles or anything. And it's one of those kind of dry looking. It may have some kind of frosting on it. I'm not sure, but I don't think it does. Okay, his Meg is not a fan of those. I like the sprinkled donuts, by the way. All right, and then yeah, you can see her arms. Her arms are very slender too. She's kind of tall. She's tall and slender. You figure she's probably a little bit shorter than Koyomi, you know. You can see her back pretty well too. If you look at this angle, you see she's very slender. It's kind of strange because when she's in her adult form, she's like thick, you know. Okay. All right, and then her face. She's got this really smiley face on. Her mouth is open really wide, like she's really happy to go bite into that donut. That's all I'll say. And she's kind of got these kind of gold-colored eyes, and she's looking at the side right there, like, yeah, I'm gonna eat my donut. Delicious. She's kind of blushing on the sides here a little bit. She's so happy. Okay, so to take a look at the hair, well, let's take a look at the hat. Okay, so the hat, it has a magnet right here, and it has a kind of like a pattern here. Very nice. It's like one of them straw hats. There's the top of it. It looks like it has a little bit of shading, just maybe like a tad. And then there's like a pink ribbon tied around it, and like it's kind of like fluttering in the wind a little bit. And it's optional whether you want to put it or not. So well, let's take it off for now because we're gonna look at her hair. Okay, so there's that golden hair. Boy, is that gap really big, man. That's all I'm gonna say. The gap like that goes around her head, like when they put the hair together, it's really thick and noticeable on this figure. I think they could have done a better job with it, but you know what? If you put the hat on it, you're not gonna see it at all. So I guess maybe that's what they were going for. Like, yeah, they're probably just gonna put the hat on, whatever, man. so yeah. It does have some kind of shading, some shading between, like, you know, where the little depressions are in her hair. She's kind of got that taco hair, octopus hair, and you get some little pieces of hair sticking out here on the sides and stuff, like it's her ears, and you can see her ears down there too. Very nice. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go change we'll go change the face right now. Let's do it. But there's nothing wrong with this face at all. It looks fine. She looks super happy. I don't know which one I want to choose, but it looks like it's not hard to change at all because I know I just pulled her head off earlier. So, all right, so we'll just pull her head off. It comes right off, and then I think the hair comes off also. So that's why the gap is really big. Okay, and then you just pull her face off. I think, yeah, it's on there really good. Okay, the face comes with the ears and everything, so that's what the face looks like while it's not on there. You can see the magnet right there for the hat. Okay, and then we're going to put the smug looking face on. Like, haha, I got my donuts. Not a care in the world. Okay, and then we're going to put the hair back on. Maybe we can press it so it's a little closer. No, not really. Okay. And then we're going to put the head back on carefully. It's keyed, so you can't really do it the wrong way, I hope. Okay. Okay, there you go. I think I like this. I like the smiley face better instead of that kind of like smug looking face. But yeah, okay, so there you just saw me change the head right there. It was pretty easy. Okay, and then we've kind of talked about everything else, but yeah, that's her face. She's kind of like, her eyes are like half open. She's looking to the side. Like, ha ha ha, got my donuts. Okay, and then there's the hat on there. Alright, so there we go. I think I'm gonna put the smiley face on. Oh damn, the legs, man, the legs. She definitely got a nice set of legs. Those lolly legs, man, they're great. and just the skirt is like, it's like so high that you can almost see her panties, but you can't see it. You really have to look under there to see them, you know. She's got a beautiful pair of legs, I'll tell you that. Them vampire legs. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of the, the video. And I will get some rotating shots and close-ups. I think I'm going to go put the smiley face back on. I think that's the one that we're going to display it with. But I like it. There's a lot of different optional display options you can do. The skin is very nice. She has a very slender build. And like you can do a lot of things with this figure, and yeah, and it's an excellent shape. There's nothing wrong with it that I could see, other than, yeah, there was that big line where her hair kind of comes together, but I guess that's because you can change the face, so there, I can't ding him for that. And plus you can put the hat on top of it, and then you will never notice it. So very nice figure. I'm really happy to add her to my collection. Plus, I only got her for about $50, so I can't complain too much. That's about how much a prize figure costs, and this is a very nice scale figure. The paint is very nice. The molding is very nice. Everything looks nice and smooth, and you know, it's a little bit dynamic, like the wind is blowing, and she's got her donuts. So that's, I really wanted a lolly vampire donut, a lolly donut eating vampire. There you go. So and I finally got one. So I know there's a bunch of other donut figures of Shinobu. That's her favorite food. So I love donuts too, but I can't eat them too much. All right. So yeah, we'll get some quick shots of her. Also, the dress was pretty cool. Hades Omega is always, you know, oogling these dresses, man, because it's kind of cool. Hades Omega is a t-shirt and sweats kind of guy, so you know, I don't really get to look at this stuff very often. So all right, thanks for here. Here's some interesting thing to note. You can take the face off without having to take the head off, so you just have to be a little careful. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, so the part that actually mounts is the face, so you have to take the face off if you're gonna change it. Okay, that's probably why the other one was so hard to get on. Okay, switch it back. there is a lot of opportunity to paint transfer. Lots of scratching and stuff going on, but it's okay. Make sure the hair is on there all the way and the face is on there. Make sure you wash your hands before you touch her too, because you're gonna be, you have to like kind of manhandle her a little bit, you know. Okay.